Welcome traders, this is Tian Kriek. Happy Sunday. Today is the 15th of February 2026 and here with your belated market update, but here is the update nevertheless. I have quite a few things that I would like to show you, some advancements and upgrades to the AI trading dashboard and the analytical process. So before I get started, I need to make mention that I am not a financial advisor, and that means I can teach you my strategies. I can point out to you where I personally would want to buy and sell, but the actual trading decision you're still going to have to make yourself. For those who are new, a little bit about me. I live in Portugal, lovely western part of Europe, lots of sunshine. We've had a lot of rain lately, but it looks like the sun is coming out. I have many years of experience analyzing the financial markets, conducting macroeconomic analysis, technical analysis, combining it all, portfolio management, as well as I have mentored and trained thousands of people to empower them to trade the financial markets. So you can go to my website at tiankriek.com. Right, so let's get started with the AI dashboard. I have gone to my website, tiankriek.com. I need to log in quickly, so let me just click the login button. Okay, I have typed in my login details, and now I'm clicking on Access the AI dashboard and trading terminal, and then it will load. By default, it will load a couple of advanced charts and also the Euro US dollar, but you can change that to anything like crypto, stocks, ETFs, forex, commodities, futures, bonds, as well as indexes. But by default, it will load the Euro US dollar. You can see here with the recent sell-off that we had in risky assets, the risk gauge has changed to 70, which is kind of slightly greed-neutral. It's definitely not bearish. I still aim to invest and go long in risky assets such as Bitcoin and so on. But we'll get to that a little bit later. Right, so by default, it loads the Euro US dollar. You have two charts, a daily time frame as well as an hourly time frame. And you have some toggles here. You can toggle off the trading signals, then there will not be any indicators on the charts. You can toggle off the Dow channels, which is the major, secondary, and minor trend technical analysis. You can toggle that off as well. And you can also toggle targets and the AI forecast if you want. If you double click on a chart, it will open up in a full screen. And you can just double click it again, and then it will move back to an unmaximized state. All right, so these are the advanced charts. If I want to see what is the narrative for the day, then I can navigate to the daily briefing. And this is what I recommend, is I recommend when you open up the dashboard, you can go and click on the daily briefing. So I'm going to go and click on that, and then it will load the daily brief. If it is the first time that you open up the daily brief, then it will take a few seconds to load. But then it will tell us what is happening, if we are still risk on or what's happening. It will tell us where some key markets closed the day before. It will also give us the yield curve. I see here that the data is unavailable, most probably because it's Sunday. But normally you'd get a yield curve. I know that at this point it is definitely not inverted, so it's still risk on. And then we have a market overview. All right, and this will tell you what has happened recently in the markets and what we can expect going forward. And most importantly, what has happened on Friday is we had softer US inflation numbers, and this is basically going to boost risk appetite. So I expect the likes of Ethereum and Bitcoin and so on to rally from where we are now. I expect a lower yielding forex or currencies to actually decrease in value. I know that we've had a fantastic bullish run on the Swiss franc, but because of the highly vocal Swiss National Bank about intervening in the strength of the Swiss franc, and interest rates basically at zero. I expect the Swiss franc to weaken, especially if we start to see the risk appetite increase. Same thing is applicable to the Japanese yen because of the carry trade. All right, so the Fed stance is dovish, and according to the 18.6-year cycle, we are still mid-bull. If you want to learn more about the 18.6-year cycle and just see exactly what it is about, you can go to my website, tiankriek.com, and then /18 point or 18-6, and there is a presentation about the 18.6-year cycle and how far we are in before I expect we head into some sort of a recession. Okay, so it's still risk on. I still think that we're going to see the irrational exuberance kick in with equities and other risky assets rallying from where we are now. Okay, I have done extensive research on this. You can see there's more than 200 years of data showing how this 18.6-year cycle has been panning out. Okay, so back to the dashboard. So this is the daily brief. We do have a market pulse as well. It looks like the US might be getting ready to engage Iran over there. But anyway, the daily brief is definitely something that you can open up in the morning when you wake up to see, listen, what's happened while I was asleep and what can I expect moving forward? Because we got key catalysts, we got actionable insights and so on. But then within the context of the symbol that is currently selected in the dashboard, and now it is the Euro US dollar, you can go and view the daily brief, but then it is focused on the symbol. So if I go and click on the Euro US dollar daily brief, then it will go and create a daily brief based on the Euro US dollar. It will tell us what can we expect from the Euro US dollar, what is going to impact it, as well as an economic calendar, what we can expect according to fundamental announcements for the next 12 hours. Okay, if it's the first time that you are loading this, it will also just take a while for that to load. After we have the Euro US dollar loaded, then I will go and select another symbol, and then you will see the daily brief of that symbol. Okay, so it gives us a 24-hour price action. It tells us what the status is and what is going to affect it. We also have some correlations and then key levels of support and resistance. So let me go and select a different instrument. I can up here, I can click on browse and I can select any symbol I'd like, or I can scroll down and I can go and look at the scanner. Okay, and I can select any other Forex or crypto or stock. Let's go and just make it interesting. Let's have a look at a stock. Let's take Google. There's Google. Um, and currently the direction is bearish, but the current signal is to hold, wait for a bullish correction. We have the 1-year compound annual growth rate if I would just buy and hold it. So I'm going to click on show in dashboard, and then the whole dashboard will change to Google. You see there it's changed, and now it's doing an analysis on Google. Takes a while. Maybe it's going to take longer because it's Sunday. Come on. Still waiting. Ah, there we go. Right. So what's it saying about Google? Alphabet holds a neutral stance amid valuation concerns despite strong financials. Okay, still the status is to wait. What to watch? The bullish correction hold signals suggest a pause. Traders should watch for price to either break above near-term resistance. And then we also have some fundamentals, like a stock selection checklist. It just tells us exactly what to have a look at it about the fundamentals. You have to look at this from within the perspective of what the risk gauge is saying. And then It will also tell us when the next earnings report is, so that is 72 days away, and then we have our institutional intel as well. Right, so basically the daily brief will give you a market-wide analysis as well as a briefing that is geared towards the symbol that is currently selected. And again, you can go and select anything you want, a whole lot of stocks and ETFs and Forex and commodities. If you see what gold and silver is doing, futures, bonds, as well as indexes. I see it's doing a market scan, so just give that some time to load. Then if I want to go and trade something, I can go and click add to portfolio. Let's say, for instance, I want to add Bitcoin to my portfolio. I can click on add to portfolio. And then when I have a look at portfolio, then all the instruments that I have added to my portfolio will be over here. Here I can select different strategies, swing, position, hold, and I can select the trading account that I want to auto trade this on. You really have to join me for my webinars on Wednesdays to see how I do that. Or you can just simply log in and ask the AI assistant to guide you on how to work the AI dashboard. Okay, so that was a quick recap of what's happening. You can also do a back test if you want, but the moment that you add a symbol to your portfolio, it will back test by itself. Depending on what strategy is selected. And what's nice here is that, for instance, if we have a look at Bitcoin, I have currently selected the swing trading strategy, but there's a little exclamation mark and it says the strategy underperforms. The buy and hold compound annual growth rate is 68%, but the strategy compound annual growth rate is 29%. So the recommendation here is to try the position strategy or simply just buy and hold it. Okay. You can also auto-generate a portfolio, and you also, when you log into the dashboard, you have access to a paper trading um, account also if you haven't connected your broker exchange or Forex account to the portfolio. But something I would like to discuss is the charts. Let's just go back and have a look at the charts. And specifically, I would like to have a look at the Euro US dollar. I would like to have a look at some other instruments as well. So let's just go back to the scanner. Let's go to Forex and let's open up the Euro US dollar. Okay, so there's the Euro US dollar. I'm going to click on show and dashboard. Then everything will change to the Euro US dollar. I'm going to click on show trading signals. And when I click on show trading signals, then it will open up the indicators. It will show the indicators for me. This is the daily chart. I'm going to open up the daily chart and I'm just going to zoom out a bit. So you can see here that we are still above the 45 period exponential moving average, which is this magenta line. So that is definitely bullish. The market has consolidated a little bit. But remember, due to the fact that the Fed is still dovish and we've seen low and expected inflation, the US dollar is likely going to continue to weaken, which is going to send the Euro US dollar higher, and that's why the signal is bullish. If I have a look at the RSI here, we recently got a golden cross. This golden line here is a moving average of the RSI. So that is a bullish signal, as well as it looks like we're kind of neutral here with regards to momentum as well as volume. So let's see what the market's going to do on Monday. But I would maintain my buy signal or my bullish consensus on the Euro US dollar. Then I can go and time my entry on the hourly time frame if I want to trade it manually. So I can double click on that chart and open that up. Immediately it draws an automated trend for me. And it says that there is a wait for a buy signal. Okay, so we don't have a buy signal currently on the Euro US dollar. So it is bullish, but the moment that the dashboard gives me a signal to buy, then I can get in. If I don't want to trade manually, again, I can go and just add it to my portfolio, and I can go and select the Euro US dollar. Actually, let me go do that. I'll show you how it works. Go to the scanner, go to Forex, go to the Euro US dollar, add to portfolio. It's adding. Okay, let's go to portfolio and see if it has been added. Not yet. Go back to portfolio. Has it now been added? I don't see that. Okay, go back to the scanner. Forex. Forex. All right. Okay. I have clicked on add to portfolio. It has been added to my portfolio. Hopefully, let's go and click on portfolio here. There we go. There's the euro US dollar. So if I want to auto trade this, I can check that box. I can select the portfolio weight. At this point, there's 146% of my portfolio weight. So I need to decrease some holdings here. Let's just decrease, for instance, a silver to 30%, and I don't know, just make Google 5 and Apple to, let's just get that to 100%. Maybe remove Amazon. Maybe remove the QQQ and remove something else. Let's remove Apple. Okay, so I have currently, oh, portfolio weight still 116. Okay, let's just remove this ETF, the QQQ. Okay, that has been removed. So now I have exposed 86% of my portfolio. Now, this is not the risk. This is just I have allocated 86% of my capital towards whatever instruments I have here. So I've got 14% that I can use. I think Euro US dollar, I'm just going to use 5% of my portfolio to engage the Euro US dollar, but I can still go and change the exposure. All right, and by default, the exposure is 1%, which means if it places a trade and the market moves against me with 1%, according to the strategy that I'm trading, then it will stop it out. So it doesn't mean that if I allocate 5% of my portfolio to trading the Euro US dollar, that I'm actually risking 5%, um, because my stop loss is set at 1%. Okay, so if I trade the swing trading strategy on the Euro US dollar, I can expect a 41% return, which is amazing. The buy and hold compound annual growth rate is only 7.9. So the swing trading strategy really works well with the Euro US dollar. And then I can go and select my trading account that I want to deploy it on. Let me just go and turn on auto trading. If I want to trade it with paper trading, then I just select the paper trading account or whatever else I have connected here. According to my portfolio currently, I have a monthly forecast as well as a 1 to 10 year forecast. It is compounded, so just be aware of that. I can print the report of my portfolio as it is at the moment, which is nice. I can also export that to Excel. But that is basically how I go about auto trading the Euro US dollar. I can manually trade it, buy and sell it. I can go and see my open positions, or I can just auto trade it. So let's go and click on open positions. Whatever account I have connected here, it will show that account. I can go and select different accounts, and then the open positions will update. All right, so that's the Euro US dollar. Let's have a look at something else. I mean, you can go and, if you don't want to go and analyze an instrument one by one, you can simply just go to the scanner and you can go and say, listen, sort by where a signal is confirmed, for instance. Okay, but let's just go alphabetically and let's go and have a look at crypto. I was talking about Bitcoin earlier. So there's Bitcoin. Let's go and click on show in dashboard. All right, and what's going on here? Bullish correction hold. Okay, so that basically means no selling due to the fact that we are still risk on. Wait for a buy signal, and I have been waiting for ages because the market has been below this 45 period exponential moving average on the daily chart since forever. But because we saw the lower than expected CPI numbers on Friday, I do expect this to be a catalyst to propel risky assets as well as Bitcoin higher. Okay, so this is where we are with Bitcoin at the moment. It looks like we had a nice bullish candlestick formation like a couple of weeks ago, and now the market seems to be making a higher low. Confirmation will only happen once the market has moved above this magenta line, and then ultimately it'd be nice to see the market break this downtrend to the upside. Let's just see what's happening with the 1 hour chart. Okay, so there's the minor trend. What's nice to see here is that the intermediate line, which has acted as past support, becoming future resistance, has now also been broken to the upside, which is fantastic. So I like what I'm seeing here, and I can add Bitcoin to my portfolio, and I can select auto trading, and I can select the strategy, swing, position or hold, whatever I prefer. And then once there is a signal, then it will auto trade that on my account. Okay. So that's basically it for today. That's your market update. We still risk on. That's the narrative, even though we have been seeing the market come down, especially risky assets. I do think that while everybody else is fearful, this would be the time to start getting in, buy the dip, buy the trough, basically. So thanks for listening. This is Tian Kriek, your friend from Portugal. Have a fantastic Sunday and a good start to your week, and hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday for my webinar at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.